Quitting will get you laid more. There's an obvious and a less obvious reason. The obvious one is that when you do NoFap, you actually feel your sexual desire. It grows and it motivates you to go out and flirt and date and seduce. I mean, that's what your sexual desire is literally designed to do in a biological sense. But the less obvious reason is this. When you quit, it means that you're no longer smacking down every bit of sexual energy that arises in your body. And when you deal with your sexual shame and become more comfortable with your own sexual desire, that makes you more confident and attractive. It's all about the vibe. You give off a very different vibe when you're jerking it to some pixels every single day versus when you don't. And it's the kind of vibe that gets you laid. Follow me to learn the best method to quit for good and become more comfortable with your own sexual energy.
Here's what I learned. The worse I treated women, the more they liked me. Now let me make the caveat. It was called worse. What it really was is I was treating women like a man treats a woman. That's what I was doing. I wasn't being a simp. I was standing up. I was saying what I wanted. Was not making any qualifying statements. You know, not beating around the bush. If it was my way or the highway, you lucky to be around me. This is what I want out of the world. Next thing you know, she became everything I ever wanted her to be in a girlfriend. After I started being a jerk to her, a cocky, intelligent, and arrogant. That's.
Can I share a secret with you guys?
Please.
From a man's perspective, it doesn't matter if you've been with a man 3 months, 6 months, 5 years, or 15. You have one opportunity with a man to dishonor his vulnerability, and he will never look at you the same. He may act like it. He may walk around with a smile on his face. But on the inside, he's like, "Oh no, I would never." He could be going through the worst thing. He'd be like, "Baby, how was your day?" How many women on this panel right now have heard a man say, "Oh, it was good. I had a good day. It was all right." And on the inside, he's saying, "Yep, I went through a whole bunch of shit today, but I'm not telling you because I can't trust you with my vulnerability."
A man with money does what he wants.
A lot of women can't take a man serious when he don't have money, so they keep the same energy when they do have money. You see, I always say the day before anybody is rich or successful, they not. What point do y'all all of a sudden become real and think that a man should be faithful with you? If I all of a sudden become rich, now everybody want me? Come on, man, I'm not dumb enough to think it ain't about that. And the fact that they actually willing to share with y'all still is crazy. But then y'all be expecting to be faithful with this? Come on, man. How dumb do y'all really expect men to be? But y'all don't have no problem talking all this shit. Y'all confuse bums with people who just not where they want to be yet. That's why you miss out.
You married?
No.
Do you want to be married?
Yes, I do.
Do you want children?
Yes, I do.
Do you think your husband will be a musician, an actor, or an athlete?
Yes, I absolutely do. What? Yeah, I know for a fact. That's the men that I be with. So.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
No.
Yes, those are the kind of men I attract, I be around. My resume kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do too. But
Yeah, your roster of,
Yes.
of dead dicks is nice, but you got no wedding rings.
no, but they got NBA rings.
Cause you're a
So
side chick.
Why women are more frustrated with men than the other way around. Just my opinion. Most of us have seen the data that on dating apps, women swipe on maybe 4 or 5% of the men. So let's make the math easy. There's 100 men and 100 women. All 100 women want to get with only 5 of the men. And life being what it is, those 5 guys are sleeping with a lot of those women with no intention of a long-term relationship or ever settling down with them. So the baseline problem is, of course, that an average woman looks at a man that is objectively her counterpart. He's equally average in looks and status, but she's already gotten a taste of the hot guy. Whether it's a one-night stand or a 3-month relationship, that has cemented in her mind as what she should get. But it's simply not going to happen. And that's the source of most men's frustration. Average men being told you need to level up, but also you need to be more vulnerable, you need to be more emotionally open, and a long list of feminine traits basically.
At year one, when you start dating a chick, as soon as a chick's like, hey, Rich, I dig your vibe. Where do we stand? We've been seeing each other for a while. I want to claim you. I don't want anybody else to have you. Can we be exclusive? Blah, blah, blah. As soon as you get to that point, that's when you start looking at her going, okay, she doesn't have any of my red flags. Daddy issues. She's not a feminist. She's not unhappy or unlucky. She doesn't try to compete with me. She doesn't keep men around from her past. She's not poor with money. She's not violent. She doesn't have extreme jealousy. She's not a party girl. She doesn't have tattoos or piercings. She doesn't have a big notch count. Not a single mom. She doesn't seek validation online. She's not a sugar baby. She's not a pathological liar. Doesn't have baby rabies. Doesn't throw hissy fits. I'm in full control of the birth control. She's not a drama queen, and she doesn't have an addictive.
That is the problem with modern women today. A man that you're in a relationship with, a monogamous relationship with, him not wanting you to hang out with other men other than him that are not your father, your uncle, your cousin, or your nephew, or your brother, alone, might I add, not wanting you to post revealing pictures of your body to get male validation and male attention from other men on social media other than the one you're in a relationship with, and staying in contact with an ex that you obviously had a romantic involvement with and a sexual relationship with. Him not wanting to do any of those things considers him insecure? No, he's just saying a boundary so you won't freaking disrespect him. All those three things that were mentioned in the previous video are forms of disrespect in a monogamous relationship, let alone a damn marriage. This is the problem with dating today. Most modern women feel like they can do single girl shit while being in a monogamous relationship. No, it don't work like that. Because we all know if the rules were reversed, oh, that would be freaking World War III now, wouldn't it, fellas? There is absolutely nothing wrong with you wanting to make sure that your woman does not post revealing pictures of herself on social media, trying to get male validation and male attention from other men that are not you. There is nothing wrong with you not wanting your woman to hang out with other men that aren't you by yourself or aren't her relatives. And there is most definitely nothing wrong with you not wanting her to keep in contact with a freaking ex. All of those are boundaries that should be set by you off rip. And if she wants to freaking clown you or insult you for that, hold your damn masculine frame and tell her, look, heifer, you can go and kick rocks for all I care because I'm not going to let you disrespect me in any kind of way. Because a traditional woman with a traditional mindset most definitely wouldn't do things like that to disrespect their man, let alone their husband. Beware of these women and 1000% stay away from them.
Not only that, then increasingly you're telling women to be the opposite of what I think men want, right? The opposite, maybe in the instant when men are not thinking with their big heads and they're saying, oh, whoa, she's out naked, great, I'm gonna go for it. That might be what a man wants, but long term, that's not what a man wants. A man doesn't want a girl that's just gonna be naked all the time and put herself out there available for every man to see. You know, that I don't have to be a man to know that that's not what men want. So then you say men suck, and I ask this question all the time. You complain about men, but are you being the type of a woman that a man would want?